everybody. Welcome back to Book Club. I'm Carrie.
I'm Maddie.
And we're your hosts. And today's a very special day.
Yeah,
We've been waiting for this one.
For a long freaking time.
Reckless, baby.
By Lauren Roberts.
By Lauren Roberts.
By Lauren Roberts.
It is the second in the Powerless trilogy. And we're talking Peyton Gray and Kai Azer, baby. Woo!
Yeah.
I love that man so bad. We will be spoiling this. If you have not read Powerless, read that, watch that episode, then read Reckless, and come watch this episode. You know what we also have to talk about? We also have to talk about Powerful, the novella that goes in between Powerless and Reckless.
Amazing.
Okay. Anyways, here we are. We ended off on Powerless with Kai and Peyton turn enemies.
We didn't break for the intro.
I know. We're about to. They're enemies, okay? And she's on the run.
She's running.
That's where we've got. And Kit is now the king because Peyton killed the king. So.
Boo.
Boo. Anyways, we're going to get into it.
Yeah.
This is mostly going to be about Kai.
Yeah.
Welcome to Book Club.
Makeup. Fuck! Whatever. Hey, what's up?
Ready for Book Club?
I am obsessed.
This is the worst.
What do you mean?
What? No, idiot. Welcome to Book Club.
Welcome to Book Club.
Okay, basically, I'm just going to jump right to it. If you're watching at this point and you haven't read these books and you don't want them spoiled, click off. Because here's the spoiler. This is a horrible cliffhanger, in my opinion.
Oh, bad.
It's a bad... I don't know. Lauren Roberts really loves these bad cliffhangers.
Yeah, I mean, it keeps us coming. It's the same way, though, like how I felt with Light Lark.
Yes, but
not as bad.
Not as bad.
Because something about Kai
Something about
Azer,
the way that Kai is, the man that he is... Oh my god, I love him so bad. He's basically chasing her because Kit has now made it, given Kai the mission to go track Peyton down, bring her back to the kingdom. Peyton's on the run. Her best friend is dead, which is what the novella is about. Powerful, which is Adina and Mac, and that's so sad. Awfully sad, and I'm really hoping Mac comes back.
I really want Mac to come back.
I want Mac to come back so bad. I want Adina to come back. Can that happen?
Yeah.
This sucks.
I would really love if Adina came back. She was so sweet.
I know. I love her. But also Mac.
And watching Peyton grieve throughout the whole...
Yeah, she grieves Adina the entire book. And also...
It's so sad.
Mac having the same power that Kai has.
I know.
I love that.
Also, I'm insane, but I told you this the other day. There's literally no probably correlation behind it. But the Mac's full name, or Mac, obviously Mac, Makoto, and then Kai's full name is Malachi. And I just feel like there's a reason it's both M names.
Maybe. But also, you know something really sad? Ava. Surprise. Kit and Kai have a little sister who died at what, 4?
4 or 5.
4 or 5.
And they were teenagers when she was born.
Oh my god. And she was sickly and small and she's so cute.
Yeah.
And Kai really, really mourned her because it was his full sibling, same mom, same dad. Where Kit had the awful, terrible, terrible, no good time dad.
Kit, they had the same dad.
You're right. You had the same. They had different moms. My bad.
But Kit being she's just my half sister. The connection's
so
not
shitty.
the same.
That's so shitty.
Me and Christian are half siblings, and have you ever seen closer siblings?
No.
Sometimes I want to kill him, but I love that kid.
Yeah.
I don't understand that we're just half siblings.
And I also think
sentiment.
I know we're just jumping into the deep end here, but Kit's whole villain arc, I don't know what's happening anymore. No, but here's the thing. Now that I'm thinking about it, I went into this thinking the end of Powerless, I was like, okay, Kit's the villain now. He sits down in his ominous king chair.
But he's not even the...
But then he comes out. But here's the thing. With the plot twist, basically at the end, Kit does, the whole book is Kit chasing Peyton, trying to bring her back to the kingdom. Finally.
Kai.
Yeah, Kai. Sorry. Finally, Kai chains Peyton to him, and they trek through all the lands to get back to the kingdom. And they right at the end, they get back, and Kai's thinking, oh, I'm going to be ordered to kill her, and I'm going to have to, they've decided, like, he's like, I'm going to get you out of this. They've confessed their love for each other. And then Kit is like, you're going to be my bride. You're going to marry me, bitch. That's crazy.
It was insane.
Like,
it was
and now
insane.
I'm like, wait, is he a villain or is he in on the resistance? What is happening?
But also, I feel like
But they said no more resistance.
But Callum
is there. Callum is like his advisor who told him that he should
marry
Peyton. Yeah, which I'm like, why?
Also, there's a part in here when he tells him that he should marry Peyton, the 3 Bs.
Yes.
What are we?
What does that have to do with marriage? And also, supposedly he's doing this to not seem like the crazy king, but everybody
now
hates
it makes him look
Peyton.
crazier. Yeah. Bravery, benevolence, and brutality.
What the hell?
How are any of those brave, benevolent, or brutal?
Somehow he heard 3 words that was just like, and he said, I marry Peyton. That's what he heard.
But Callum gave him the box.
Yeah, super weird.
So,
and Callum was part
of the resistance.
But Lenny says, because basically Kai was trying to take Peyton back through the Scorches because she had made it all the way to Dor, the other like city or kingdom or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then she gets saved in the desert by Lenny and some of the other people from the resistance. And Lenny says there's no more resistance. So what exactly does that mean?
Also,
and
they
mixes.
were taken,
and they bring up they introduced mixes, which is like a mutt.
Yeah,
basically
one parent who was an elite, and then one parent who was an ordinary, and so then you get like this half-assed power.
Yeah,
baby.
Not very good powers, and
or like subpar. Yeah,
yeah.
But also once. What's his face? The fighter guy came and took Kai and Peyton from Raphael. Once he came and, kidnapped them from Lenny and them. What the fuck happened to Lenny?
I don't know. They had to have looked for Peyton, right?
That's what I'm thinking. But I don't know, because if Callum's in on the whole marriage thing and Callum, ran the resistance or like was a part of the resistance, and Lenny and everybody else is also part of the resistance, I would assume that like the whole resistance knows that like because it still doesn't make sense. Someone said something about the princess theory that we had.
Yeah.
We were wrong in the sense that she's not royal blood in the other cities. In Dor and Tando. Well, we didn't really get Tando, so who knows? Didn't. But like it still wasn't answered. Really. Because
how would Lenny know? It had to have been something in the resistance plan that Peyton was supposed to marry one of the princes.
Yeah.
Because Lenny was calling her princess from the beginning of Powerless.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking, like the whole resistance has to be in on it.
And Lauren Roberts said that the 3rd book kind of goes crazy and that we're not supposed to have all the answers.
Also, I don't know. I feel like there's also going to be something with her hair because like I know she's like ordinary, whatever.
Yeah.
But her hair, it just is giving Violet.
It's like, how is her hair so bright silver if she's not an elite?
Because, or it doesn't have some.
Because then she went to Dor and it's like, oh, her hair stands out, and it's like, is that just an Ilya thing that they have color like?
Yeah, it's mostly an elite thing. Like all of the elites
But she's still ordinary.
Yeah, so I'm confused. Like,
but I don't think she's going to get powers.
I don't think she's going to get powers either, but I don't know. Her hair has to... I feel like it's just like brought up too much. It's like brought up in the same way Violet's is. Like it was... The way it was brought up, I was like, oh, well, that can't mean... Nothing. It can't mean nothing, can it? I mean, I guess it can.
She's just pretty.
It's like the princess thing. Like, I just refuse to believe it means nothing. I think Lauren Roberts is too good of a writer to like make it feel like it's important and then have it not be important, unless she's trying to get us to focus on the wrong things.
I don't know. I feel like the third book is going to rock my world.
Yeah.
I need it to be like 600 pages at least.
At least.
Because this 300, I thought this book was 500 pages.
I did too, because
it says on Goodreads.
Goodreads. Yeah.
But
Goodreads says it's 560 something pages.
Yeah, but then I got to like whatever page it ends on, like 350 or 360 something, and it was just over.
Yeah.
I could die. I could
Real.
actually die. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Why is it over? And okay, now I want to talk about the good stuff.
Kai,
Azer.
One thing I know. Two things for certain. None of these hoes saying shit to my face. And we are horny as hell on Maine for Kai Azer.
Kai Azer. Oh my God. I'll say it right here. He's my favorite main male character.
Period.
I'm sorry, Reese. I'm sorry, Zayden. I'm so sorry.
Get out of here.
I love Kai. She put crack cocaine in his writing.
Literally.
Every line he says is crazy. Everything he says is insane.
Also, I don't know. Do you listen to the audiobooks?
I've heard clips from it.
I listened to the audiobook for this one.
No.
When I was reading it.
Oh my God. I struggle because the voice, and I say this as somebody who voice acts. I don't like that the voice actor for Kai doesn't look like Kai.
Oh,
and that's really sad. He's like blonde.
Oh, what the fuck? Is he really? I never seen him.
I'll show you him. He's like little dirty blonde, scrawny dude.
Oh my God. Can I tell you something that ruined my life? It's just dramatic. I was telling Bailey to read Powerless and Reckless.
Yes.
Because my reasoning was
Kai.
Kai is the best. I like him. I said I like him more than Azriel, which we all know is like,
yeah,
that's saying something.
I know.
Like, I am so down bad for Kai.
Something about Kai.
He hits different.
I haven't stopped thinking about him since we finished Powerless in April.
No, same. I can't think about anything else. Like, I'm fiending.
I know.
Gnawing at the bars of my fucking enclosure trying to get out and get to Kai.
I have like 6 sticky notes and they're all Kai. Every single one of them.
I had a lot of sticky notes, but most of them are also Kai. But I was literally telling Bailey, you have to read this. I am obsessed with Kai. Blah, 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 whatever. And then we start talking about other book boyfriends and how Fourth Wing is getting adapted into TV show.
Yes.
Which, oh my God, so exciting.
So exciting.
And she was like, who do you see as Zayden? And I was like, actually, I don't know. I just like know what he looks like in my head.
I know what he looks like in my head. They have to find someone who looks like that. I
so
don't know.
like, good luck, Charlie. And then, do you want to know what she said? I said in my head, like the Bat Boys are Arabian.
Yeah, I guess. Racially ambiguous to me.
Like, I mean, you know that one TikTok sound that's like, what are you, some Italian or something? That's how I feel reading about all of these men.
Anytime they describe a man with like, they're like, oh, he's got
caramel skin
and dark hair. I'm like, oh, what, you Italian or something?
Some kind of Hispanic?
Yeah, except for Adina. Adina is stunning. African American for sure.
I know exactly what Adina looks like.
Me too, and I think we're thinking about the same.
I think we are too. I have to tell you who she thought like Reese and Cassian and Azriel were.
Oh no,
Carrie,
please tell me it was the Jonas Brothers.
What?
Can you imagine? Kevin's just Azriel in the corner, quiet. He doesn't say anything.
Dare you?
Nick would be Nick would be Reese, I think, and I think Joe would be Cassian personality wise. I
guess that fits. Okay. She says Zayden was that guy from Divergent for some reason, even though I do not think he's hot, but gun to my head, I couldn't picture Reese. I said, what do you mean you don't think Theo James is hot?
Yeah, what do you...
A crime.
Yeah, that's not true.
And I said, in my head, Zayden is brown. Bat boys are like Arabian.
Yeah.
Rydick or Rydok. How are people?
Rydok, I guess.
I say, we
Riddick.
say Rydok, but some people are saying, yeah, Riddick. Disgusting. I swear to God.
It's
if
like
that's
Ianthe.
Yeah! No. Enough. Rydok is black or mixed.
Yeah.
Sawyer is a blonde white dude with curly hair.
All of the fan art of Sawyer is redheaded.
No, not in my head.
And
he looks like Jeremiah to me.
Describes him as a redhead Sawyer.
No, not in my head. She says, I don't know, Theo James activates fight or flight for no reason. The Bat Boys being brown tracks with what I vaguely imagined. Okay, you know what? You're going to hate this. I think the closest famous person I can think of who vaguely looks how I imagined Reese would be Bad Bunny.
What?
I said not fucking Bad Bunny, please. It gets even worse, right?
No. Oh no.
You'll hate this even more, I think. I think Az would be Omar Apollo.
Who the hell is that?
I said, motherfucker, what the hell?
Who is that? Who is
Hold
that?
on.
What was he in?
Euphoria?
Oh.
He's a musician too.
Who is that? What character?
She thinks this is Azriel.
Oh no! No!
Maybe he wasn't in Euphoria. Maybe his music was in Euphoria.
I disagree.
He's a musician.
He has to look like the fan art.
Azriel looks exactly like the fan art to me.
Yes. I have seen fan art that is 100% accurate in my brain for all the Bat Boys.
Yeah.
And they have to
And
look
then
like
she
that.
said Cassian is Jason Momoa. And I said,
Everyone
yeah!
thinks Cassian is Jason Momoa. He's too old.
Yeah, she said like a young version of him without a beard.
Yes, but I see people. I know Cassian was never described as having a beard.
I see him with a beard.
He shut the fuck up. He has a beard.
He has a beard. In my head,
he's got a beard.
He's got not like a
he's got like a scruffy beard and dimples.
Brian?
No.
Brian used to have a beard.
Like, but Cassian's not your husband, but that is the kind of beard I imagine.
No. Cassian is not my husband. I don't like it.
I fucked Brian.
No, like I don't fuck with Cassian like that.
Oh.
That's what I was saying.
I thought you were like, no.
No.
But you know who's definitely not my husband? Never will be? Kai. Okay, let's go. The first event that happens that I think is significant is like Peyton has made it to Door. And she's trying to make money. And so she's in this underground boxing ring.
Yeah.
Roughing up grown men. Which this goes back to the female main character trope that I'm like, no, babe. I don't care how good of a fighter you are.
You're not
beating these grown men. They're huge.
Also, the way that everybody, like, you cannot tell me, this happens a lot in books. I put on loose clothes and pull my hair back. Everybody thinks I'm a boy. No, they fucking don't. Where did your fucking tits go?
Like, what is she wearing? But then also being able to fight in, like, I'm picturing, like, rags and bags of clothing. And you don't sound like a man.
Yeah. Like, what are you doing? Are you talking like this? Nobody's going to believe you if you're, like, nobody believes that's how a man talks.
No. It doesn't make any sense. But she's calling herself Shadow while she's like fighting people or whatever because she's
into shadows.
She has to be hidden because her wanted posters everywhere. They're the Kit's got out a big reward for her ass, and so then Kai shows up and says that he says I'm gonna fight you, and he's wrapped up too, but Peyton knows who he is. So then they start to fight, and he says if she is Shadow, then I am Flame. And then goes, where there is a flame, there is always a shadow. She is my inevitable. Shut the fuck up!
I'm literally obsessed.
Oh my God. And then they go to the roof because they're like, hey, quick intermission. And then these fuckers are going to fight. And they go upstairs and he's like, I hate you. And she's like, I hate you.
And then they get
I have
Mac on each other.
I have a sticky note. Oh yeah. Our mouths crash together. Yeah, they start kissing. This is their first kiss. Can you believe that? They don't kiss once in Powerless.
You're kidding.
Remember, because there's that scene where she's on the balcony in the rain. They're about to kiss.
God.
And they don't. This is their first kiss. She's like, I hate you. And he's like, I hate you. And he's like, prove it.
I forgot that they didn't kiss in Powerless.
Oh, and they're macking, dude. They don't just... It's like...
No, it's an angry kiss. It's an angry kiss.
My Lord.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my Lord. Oh, my God. Oh, my Jesus above. That is so hot. And then, whatever. So then they fight, whatever. And Kai basically makes her lose. She has to surrender. Takes off her wraps. Everyone's like, hey, that's the girl that we can get a reward for if we capture her. So she has to stay with Kai. Otherwise, all these fuckers in this boxing gym are gonna whoop her ass.
Yeah. But she tore off his shit, his facial covering before he tore off hers.
But there's no reward for him.
No, but it is the prince. And
That's
so
true.
everybody everybody knows who he is, and they really do not fuck with elites in Door.
Yeah, that's so true. And so then she gets away, right? And
I got so goddamn pissed off when
every time it's like
whenever like he finally caught up to her at the ring, because they didn't like meet up in person until like page 75. I know. There were 75 pages as girl, be serious. There were 75 pages of just back and forth and back and forth.
I mean,
and
we
it was
start out with him almost catching her, but he's like chasing her in the slums. And then there's that really sweet moment where she has to kill one of the Imperials because Peyton's she's killing people left and right at this point.
Yeah.
And she's having a really hard time with it. And she watches Kai bury the Imperial because it's what Peyton would have wanted.
Hey, wonder what happened to Adina's body.
Yeah, why is nobody saying why Adina?
Yeah, why did Kai not bring that up? Like, hey, sorry.
Why was Adina the one that got tortured? Why did they do that?
I'm also pissed because, like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, okay, obviously, yes, she killed their dad. Kai and Kit are upset. Wah, wah, wah. Everybody has, like, whatever. It's your dad. Issues. It's your dad. If, like, she killed your mom, I could see, like, being pissed about that. It's your dad. Like fucking be serious. Yeah, well, it's a man. It is a man. Be also, so for real.
He was the worst.
He was the worst.
He tortured
Nobody
Kai
liked him
for his entire life. Literally tortured him.
And then we get the backstory about how Kit like genuinely never felt good enough for him, and how his dad always just like brushed him off. Not only that, he was a dick lord to their sister, and then he killed or tortured and then told other people to kill Adina. And Kai and Kit are still like, she killed our dad. Okay, but you saw him torture and kill her best friend.
Yeah.
How is that not, to me, that's like, okay, we're even.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Like, why are they not bringing that up? Like, hey, girl, sorry that our dad killed your best friend and the only family you had.
Once Kai realizes that Peyton was tortured and was like, oh, yeah, I get why you killed him.
Yeah, he literally saw the O and was like, he did that to you. That scene was sexy as hell.
Oh,
I literally
my
can't
God.
Even lie. But, like, I was freaking out in that scene.
Yeah.
But, like, I was also waiting for that because I was getting so pissed off. I was like, oh my God, just fucking tell him. Just
literally explain why you did that.
Yeah, please.
But also, there's like this moment too where this is like really off topic. I was just flipping through sticky notes, but they get out of the boxing gym, right? And he's like, okay, taking you back to Ilya, and we get a they check into an inn for the night, and we get a one bed trope. Yeah. One room, one bed trope. But then his fuck ass sleeps on the floor.
Yeah.
I hated that.
And but then
not yet.
Oh, they weren't.
This first one they're not. So this one she's like, turn around while she's like getting undressed, and he's literally thinking about the clothes hitting the floor.
Horny.
You've gotta shut up right now. You've got to be so for real right now. That is too much.
You sound like a VeggieTales character. sound like that.
Oh, man.
How are you doing that?
I don't know, but I didn't have a whole fuck ton of sticky notes at all. We get some random Kit chapters, and I get pissed.
Oh my god, every time. The first few chapters, or like the first like 75 pages, anytime you thought they were about to meet up, we'd get a fucking Kit chapter.
Or they would meet up and then be, oh, Kit.
Shut the hell up. Get out of here, Kit.
Nobody likes you, Kit.
Okay, I'm gonna see. I did mark some as important / foreshadow and then callbacks.
Yeah, you have all of the other sticky notes I have is like, hot.
Real.
And then I have one about Adina that's really sad, and that's all I've got sticky note wise. I was just flying through this book, man.
That's not it. The 3 Bs, I thought that was going to be foreshadowing, but I'm still like pretty.
We still don't know.
Pretty confused. Nope.
But after that little cabin scene, whatever, they start to trek back through the. They start to go back through the desert, and we find out that Peyton has a fear of horses, which comes up a lot in this book.
Fear.
That's like comes up a lot.
You're telling me you'll fight a fucking grown ass man, but you can't handle a horse?
You're scared of a horse.
A horse.
And so then there's
Whose
all those.
horse is that?
Then there's
a horse.
Then there's all those moments where she's like, they're in the saddle together going back to Ilya, and she's sitting in front of him, and he's like behind her.
By the way, I don't know, when I first was reading that, I was like, damn, that's gotta be uncomfortable as hell. I've never been on, like, I've been on a horse alone. I can't say horse without sounding like I'm inbred. What the hell? Horse. Anyways, I've been on a horse alone. Girl. I've been on a horse alone before. But I was like, damn, that's gotta be uncomfortable. 2 people to a saddle. Because I'm just thinking like when me and Brian used to get on his jet ski.
But you were in the back, right?
No, sometimes I would drive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But like, I liked it better when he was on the back because I always felt like I was gonna fly off.
Yeah, and so that's like on the horse. Kai's behind
Kai's on
her.
the back. But I couldn't like picture them being on a horse together until last night I started Outlander, that one show. That's like the fantasy. Yeah.
Oh, fuck. No, I want to start that too.
It's a little gory.
I started My Lady Jane.
My Lady Jane.
It's on Prime. It's that like forced marriage, funny. I don't know if you've seen clips of it. It's like a comedy type fantasy show.
I feel like I have probably seen.
It's hilarious. I watched episode 1 last night. It's so funny.
I might have to watch that too. I watched episode 1 and 2 of Outlander, and it does seem like a little more like Games of Thrones than probably I would like.
This show, My Lady Jane, it's like watching one of our books.
I might have to watch that.
It's so good. We should watch episode 1 tonight. I will rewatch it with you.
Okay. Anyways, there was a scene where like
they were riding horses.
Yeah,
together.
they were riding a horse together, and I was like,
I might need to buy a horse.
Oh, save a horse, ride a cowboy.
And Kai was being a cowboy.
Kai was the cowboy.
Cowboy Kai.
We need to read a cowboy.
I know. I literally have one. I have Done and Dusted on my shelf.
I cannot stop thinking about Twisters.
About Glenn Powell in Twisters.
I was trying to
explain. No love in Oklahoma.
I was trying to explain who Glenn Powell was to Brian.
He doesn't know?
No. I was like, he's like,
he's
in that movie with Sydney Sweeney, and he was like, I don't know.
He's in the new Top Gun.
He was like, he's seen the new Top Gun, but he's gonna think I'm talking about Miles Teller if I say Top Gun. And so I literally was like, I don't know. He's just like a white guy, but he's the way that like Thor and Captain America are hot. They're actors.
Yeah.
Who are they? I don't remember their real names.
I don't remember either.
Chris Hemsworth
and something else.
Some guy.
Some other white guy.
Chris Evans. Yep. There we go. Yeah. So Chris.
So Chris is.
Yeah.
And then Glenn.
And then Glenn.
Everyone.
Terrible name, by the way.
Oh yeah, it's so bad. I've been watching YouTube interviews.
You have to say his full name.
Glenn Powell.
Glenn Powell. Because like, can you imagine just being like, hey Glenn? No, I'd have to be like, hi Glenn Powell.
Hi Glenn, you must be 90.
You have to say the full name or else like, just I don't like it.
No, people keep saying that he looks like a capybara. Wish to be
Oh my
human.
god, I keep seeing that. Also, Daisy Edgar Jones,
stunning.
I'm obsessed with her. She's the only she was the only redeeming factor to reading Normal People by Sally Rooney. She's in the show with Paul Mescal, which by the way, he's ugly. Internet.
Yeah, what is happening there?
Not really sure that I don't know, cancel me, but Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh, stunning.
Bailey thought I was insane. First, I was like, I don't know, something about middle-aged white men, old white men, ugh, young white men. Ugh. That middle-aged, like 40 to 50 famous white. Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yes.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Oh.
Be so serious. I'm
Yeah.
obsessed with them.
I agree. Back to Kai on a horse.
Back to Kai.
Just Kai on a horse.
How are you picturing Kai?
I don't know, like I see fan art sometimes, but like I'm picturing like big dark hair. I'm describing every male main character.
I was gonna say, yeah. Like, are
dark
you picturing?
hair, but like he's a little cheekier than like Reese.
Yes,
or
because there's a big difference
Zayden.
There's a huge difference to me between the way Reese and Zayden looks. Reese is more like slim.
Yeah, slim.
Zayden's like buff and scruffy. And I imagine Kai is buff and scruffy, but
he's still
in
a
like
prince.
Yes.
He's like he would be in the way that season 2 of Bridgerton, Anthony is like a rake, considered like a rake. That's Kai.
Hey, can we bring calling men rakes back?
Yeah.
Instead of calling women sluts.
Be like, that man is a rake.
He's a rake. I've had enough of shaming women. Shame the men.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a rake. You're a rake.
You're a rake.
Nobody likes you. But I'm picturing him like he's got the dimples. He's like a little more golden retriever-y than Reese and Zayden.
Yeah.
But he's still like mysterious and like he's gonna like fuck around and mess with you and stunning. And just with these like really piercing, like dark gray eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like really nice lips.
But I can't there's not an actor that I feel like could.
No, he exists in my mind.
Yeah,
Palace alone.
Same with Zayden though. Like the AI generated fan art of like the Bat Boys. That's perfect.
Yes, but we're more likely to find a Zayden an actor that looks like Zayden than, in my opinion, an actor that looks like Kai, because Kai has been created in this little fantasy magical fairy world that
I don't know. Zayden's up there too. I feel like. Well, there is some fan art though that I'm like, okay, I can see that. But yeah, no, Kai. I feel like because there's not like that AI fan art yet.
I can't even.
I need Powerless and Reckless to get as big as Fourth Wing and ACOTAR, so that like we know Fourth Wing's being made into a show. We all know ACOTAR will eventually. I cannot tell you how badly I need to see a screen adaptation of Powerless and just this whole trilogy.
Yes, I agree. Because then
I can't handle
whatever.
it.
So they're walking through the desert. Kai and Peyton are on a horse, hot, and then he's like, "Oh, they like stop to camp," and he's like, "You're not sleeping without me. Like I'm in case you run away." So they sleep together. That's crazy. And then she gets saved by Lenny and the other rebellion or whatever, and they also take Kai as captured.
Yeah.
And so then we get this little weird spot where they introduce the mixes and whatever, and then that night, Raphael, the owner of the back alley boxing club.
Imagine. I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know. I'm just thinking, like, imagine if Callum told Lenny, like, if he's somehow still in contact with Lenny and the two other people that were like part of the resistance that are left. Imagine if he was like, "Hey, bring them here And then like imagine they told Raphael, because it's not like Lenny and them could be like, okay, Peyton, we have to go back to the castle. So what if Callum was like, you need to take them to this spot, and then
But at that point, why would Lenny have showed up to save her in the first place? They were going back.
Fuck, I don't know.
Because they take her back to door. I don't know. Why do I feel like Kai and Peyton are going to be like betrayed by somebody, and they're in the rebellion, and the rebellion's going to be like, hey, it was like a part of the plan. We have to do this for the greater good. And Peyton's like, fuck you. You married me off.
Yeah. That's what I'm like feeling is going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like they're all just like pulling these strings and like playing God and making all of these decisions for her.
I know. And the only one who's not is Kai.
Yeah.
And then they're going to be like,
Kai just wants to get in her pants.
Get in her pants. And me too. But, you know, Raphael shows up, captures them, and it's like, I'm going to take you to Ilya myself, because then I'm going to get a lot of money. And so he traps them in like a sewer dungeon. Why does he have a dungeon? Don't know. Why
is it filled with shit?
I don't know.
Also don't know.
But I don't know how he got access to the dungeon below the city. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But they get put in this cell, and they're like hands behind their back to each other. And that's when we get this crazy line, because they're trying to like break the rope and get out, whatever. And Peyton says, "You're not the most encouraging person to be tied to."
Oh my God. Yeah, this was insane.
And Kai says, I don't even know. Do you have a sticky note for it?
I don't think so, but it says, under different circumstances, I promise you I'm more fun to be tied up with, or something.
Yeah, something about Kai and being tied up, and that's really all you need to know that it's a crazy line.
What? Where?
Genuinely, I don't even know. But then they break out, right? And they have to go through the sewer. And the sewer's being washed out. So they're getting rinsed with poo water. As they're trudging through the sewer, that they do preface, it is mostly just cold water. But they're, trudging through together. They can't see anything. The water's rising. They get to what they think is a dead end. And they are like, well, this is it. We're about to die. And in these moments where they're about to die, they start confessing, like, that they have always cared about each other, whatever. And they start making out again, because they're like, oh, this is it. We're going to die. And then Peyton gets realized. It's giving that scene from Tangled where her and Rapunzel and Flynn are like in that little cave, and they're like, oh, the water's rising, they're about to die, and she like sees a pebble.
Yeah, that's
and,
exactly what I was thinking.
Falls off, and like she's like pulling at these rocks, and it reveals, except in the book, it reveals like a grate.
Yeah.
So she's like pulling gravel away, basically, and is able to like move the grate, and Kai pushes her out, but he's drowning.
And she can't swim. Apparently.
Yeah.
She's afraid of horses and she can't swim. I mean.
New info, but whatever.
No. Oh no.
It's okay.
Mine actually ripped.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, I don't like these little covers. I like how pretty it is.
Yeah.
But these little book sleeves are really, they get on my nerves.
They're fragile.
I have to take them off when I read.
I do too. It ripped because I traveled with it.
Oh, I'm sorry, bud.
Bitches.
But she goes down and she gets him out of the sewer, and they both live. And this is when he chains himself to her. He had taken a chain from the dungeon. Oh yeah, because he does a thing where
they kiss.
He goes. He's like,
hey. This whole moment.
He's like, do you want to talk about what happened in there? And she was like, no, it's not happening again. And he was like, is it? And he like seduces her to get really close to her. And then he puts a chain on her ankle. And I saw this thing. I'm not exactly sure. How long is this chain?
It's got to be at least 5 feet.
Yeah, because it's like,
because they're like wrapping it around, and she can like.
But they can also be on a horse together, even with the chain. So that means that the chain would have to go on her right leg, his left leg, because they're still walking next to each other when they're on the street. So that means it has to be long enough that when their legs are over the horse, the chain can go across the horse.
You're actually so right.
So I was like, this whole time I was like, how big is this chain?
But it's gotta be, because the part that made me question it was when they're in the alley and she has to like steal the like the scarf to put it over the chain, and he's like standing back away from her.
Yeah.
So it has got to be at
How
least.
is nobody seeing this? How big is this chain?
Yeah, like what does the chain look like? Because I'm imagining like probably this big silver clinker clackers.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, bing 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 bing.
Yeah.
With like a cuff.
Like how these are, but way
bigger.
big, way
and
big.
so I'm like, people are seeing this.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I'm imagining the cuff is probably a good 3-4 inches thick.
Yeah. So super weird there.
Yeah.
Hard to picture. I'm not gonna lie, but they're chained together, and they're basically chained together for the rest of the book.
Yeah.
And that way she literally can't run away. I mean, they break into like a cell, or not a cell, an inn for the night. And like he's to sit outside the bathroom door.
Mm-hmm. It's gotta be.
And this whole time they're having conversations of like, why are you caring about me? Why are you doing this? And it's like, because you both care about each other. Oh my God.
Just kiss.
Just kiss. Just
kiss.
And they were kissing. And she was a criminal.
And he was the enforcer.
And he was sexy.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, and so then but then there's this crazy part where, remember when they break out of the inn, they're getting chased, right? And to like distract, like to act like they're like blending in, he like presses her
my
against
God,
the wall.
yes.
She's got like a big, I'm picturing like a sun hat.
You know what this scene was giving? Reese and Feyre in Akatar.
It's giving, that's the scene under the mountain. Because it's like, I'm picturing big sun hat. She's like, got this sun hat over here, tucking her hair up in it. And he's like kissing all down her neck and going crazy. So convincing to the point where the guards just run right past them, thinking that they're just a couple of lovebirds.
Couple of lovers.
Crazy.
Insane.
I would have been like, oh, they're not gone. They're actually right there. They're not gone yet.
You have to keep doing that.
You have to keep doing that.
That's the rule.
But yeah, so then they walk, and she's like, okay, we're going back across the desert, right? And he's like, no, fuck you. We're going through the shallows or whatever. Is that what it's called? The Scorches? No, the Scorches is the desert.
Scorches is the desert.
It's the Sanctuary of Souls.
Yes.
Yeah, they have to go through Sanctuary of Souls, which is basically like a giant graveyard and thieving land.
Yeah.
With like a path to
There's
Ilya.
bandits.
There's bandits. So they go that way.
Which, by the way, what do we mean by that?
I'm picturing...
What is a bandit?
Like a pirate on the ground.
What were pirates doing that was so bad, exactly?
Stealing people, stealing things. Killing people that they wanted to steal things from. And drinking rum. And pissing off the side of their boat.
And pissing off those damn redcoats. That's for sure.
Yeah.
British people have a stick up their fucking ass.
The British people hated the pirates, I think.
Damn.
But we got Captain Jack Sparrow.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. They were all redcoats. Then they did not like Jack Sparrow.
But bandits are basically like pirates, but on the ground. No boats.
Okay, so lame.
Yeah. And they
so
don't have swords.
Losers and bikers?
Yes, kind of like their version of like a gang. This is like gang territory.
Oh, but for like weird white guys who have like a Sons of Anarchy tattoo.
Probably, yeah. Okay. And they're like stealing stuff and killing people and taking their food and whatever.
Why don't they just relax?
I don't know. But they have to go through there, right? To get back to
yeah.
Ilya. And this is where we start getting more about their love, because they're like chained together, but somehow Peyton's like kind of chill with him. I'd be kicking and screaming the whole way.
No, you wouldn't.
I mean, if it was Kai,
not
you're right.
Not if he looked like
you're
that.
You're so right. If I had a crush on him, I'd be like, where are you taking me? Let's go.
Never mind, I can't say that on the internet.
I would have been like, oh, like, you don't even gotta chain me up. I'll follow.
I'm coming with.
You look like that, I'm coming with you.
Literally.
Wherever you go, I'll follow, baby.
Yeah, real.
But then they get in there. They dance again, like they do in the first book.
But he holds her.
But he holds her the whole time.
And then she starts crying because she says it reminds her of her dad.
I know.
And she the part where she's like, yeah, you used to do this until like I fell asleep. And Kai literally says, then I'll keep going until you're dreaming of him.
I know. And
then we find out that her dad's not even her dad.
Yeah.
Because she took this journal from like the floorboard of her house.
Yeah, it was like his like healing notebook.
Yeah. And then it turned into like a diary.
Yeah.
And so she took it from the house before Kai burned it down. And they're reading it. And there's just like, she's been told that her mom died in childbirth.
Yep. Her mom just got sick and died in her own child's birth. The baby and the mom died.
Yeah.
And then a couple weeks later,
a baby shows up on
this guy's doorstep. An ordinary. Because Kai had asked, he was like, if your mom, since we got introduced to the mixes, it was like, if your mom was an ordinary and your dad was a healer, why aren't you a mix?
Yeah, you should have had something.
Yeah.
And Peyton's like, wow, way to make me feel great about myself, Kai.
She's like, I never really thought about it. I was too busy not getting murdered.
Yeah, I was too busy worrying about the fact that everybody wants me dead.
And so then she's like, wait a minute, you're right. Realize it's not her real dad. She's struggling to cope with that. While Kai is also struggling to cope with the fact that Peyton has finally convinced him through this journal and everything, seeing all this information about how the resistance started and that the king was paying off healers to tell the rest of the kingdom that ordinaries had a disease and would hurt other people, hurt the elites. And Kai is coming to the realization that the only reason that he killed all these people, went on all these missions, got tortured his whole life was because ordinaries were diseased and it would kill the people of Ilya. Now he's realizing there was no real disease and he doesn't know he doesn't have anything else to hang on to. Now he's like, oh, okay, so I'm just a murderer.
Yeah.
Like I've just killed innocent, helpless, healthy people.
Yeah.
And so obviously he's struggling with that, but he's like, I'm going to tell Kit. Good on him.
But then they've made this decision to like tell Kit and he's going to let Pei go. And then he's like, wait, what the fuck? Because also keep in mind, he doesn't like, he can only use his powers when he feels somebody else. And then he's like trying to let Peyton go. And then he's like, wait, what the fuck? There's people coming.
But back up.
Oh,
before that.
Yeah.
We get this little scene. They're walking off around one evening and they find like a little crystal-y starry pond. And they go swimming. Yeah. And she's literally like, he's like waiting to be told. He's like, I was waiting for you to tell me to turn around, while she like takes her clothes off. And she's like, what if I wasn't going to tell you to turn around? And then they go swimming, still chained, by the way. They go swimming. She can't swim, so he's holding her again. And they start making out in this pond, and it's raining. And this is like the first time that they kiss, where it's like they're not hating each other. It's not like a hate kiss. It's not an I'm about to die kiss.
Yeah.
They just keep saying pretend. And it's amazing. And then the bandits show up.
Yeah.
Well, no, yeah, they have that night where they're like processing everything, going through this notebook, using the papers as to fuel their fire. And then the next day they're walking and the bandits show up. And Peyton's already freaking out because Kai gets shot with an arrow, so he can't shoot them. And Peyton has to kill more people.
Yeah.
And then finally get away from the bandits, and that's when she has her whole, like, mental breakdown. Pei freaks out because she's like, she got blood on her hand. She gets blood in her hair and then panics.
And then she cuts her hair.
She cuts her hair off.
He cuts her hair.
To, like, shoulder length.
Which...
Big slag.
Again, I need this bad in a screen adaptation. It's just so so good.
It's so good. But yeah, then they walk back. They're walking back towards the kingdom, and he's like, you know what? That's it. I'm not doing this. I love you. He's trying to let her go.
And they're
confessing their love.
And they
for
say
each
not
other.
pretend.
Not
like
pretend.
It's not pretend. Everything is, we're in love. And then the king, speedy fast people show up.
They had like a search party out or something, and they show up and bring him back, and like everyone's like yelling at Peyton, they all hate her, and Kai's like, listen, just pretend this time, pretend to hate me, and I'll get you out of this. Like, we're gonna get out of this. Brings him into the thing in front of Kit and all the courts.
And they're, of course, all thinking Kit's going to be like, kill her.
Yeah.
Or like take her to the dungeons.
Yeah. And Kai probably thinking of ways to get her out of that. And then Kai's like, you confess to everything. And Peyton's like, yeah, fuck you. I hated your dad. I hate that the kingdom is the way it is. And he's like, okay, marry me.
Yeah.
And she's like, huh? And then it ends with Kai saying that he was like, I have to watch her be with somebody else. She will never be with me because the beast never gets the beauty. And then we get a fuck-ass Kit chapter.
Yeah.
And that's how it ends. Are you shitting me, dog?
Insane.
Insane. And it's like, come on, Kai, don't give up.
He won't.
Don't let her marry him.
I don't think he will.
But can you imagine in the
can
next
you
book,
imagine
all
if
those
it's a
nights we're gonna get where she's like, oh,
can you imagine if it's a why choose?
There's no way.
You know, because they're brothers.
Yeah, but they don't have to sleep together.
No, they could just share.
But here's the thing.
Isn't that the whole premise of like good parenting is like what you get the other one gets, you have to share. What if they share?
But can you imagine the next book is going to be called Fearless. Can you imagine? There's head first, fearless. The nights when she's like, obviously, she's going to stay in the castle, right? She's probably going to be in the castle. She's probably going to be...
I'm in the castle. I'm in the castle. That's going to be Peyton.
She's going to be staying there kind of like she did in the trials. But the nights, like, there's going to be nights where she goes to Kai's room or Kai comes to her room. It's going to happen. Except, you know what's sad, though? They're not going to bone.
No. It might be insinuated.
I hope. Probably not.
But
I hope they bring back that tying him up thing that he mentioned. Or was that maybe he just threw that out there? You just gonna throw it out there, Kai?
Yeah, very well. I feel like he probably did just throw it out there because it's not like we can't get like obviously there is gonna be no smut. Yeah. Which also, can we speak on that? I don't mind no smut.
Yeah.
No smut.
There's no smut in these books, and he is still
no. But the people
favorite
on YouTube, men. They're like, we posted a short holding Reckless, and they're like, smut is evil, and even Adam and Eve hates you, and you're the reason, and women are bad.
And you're cheating on your husband.
Yeah, you're cheating on your husband when you're reading smut.
Excuse the fuck out of me. Do you know what that means? In this book, there isn't even any in it.
Smut is just as bad as porn.
Is it?
Are you
sure?
Okay, let's sit down, grind our brain gears a little bit.
Weigh the pros and cons.
Motherfucker, be so for real. It's because women can't have one thing.
Literally.
We can't have one thing.
You know what we do have?
Kai.
Yeah.
What else?
You got a special thing when you bought your book. You got little tattoos.
Oh, I did. I think I forgot the tattoos at my
house.
I know, I'm sorry. But I did get
a little bookmark.
A bookmark. That's a sword.
Oh, yeah. I didn't get one of these. This is so cute.
Yeah, it is really cute.
This series is so good, and it has me so down bad. I just love Kai so much. And he keeps, every time he takes his shirt off, he always says something like cocky. I don't know. Something about like Peyton thinking he's pretty.
Because he is pretty.
Oh my God, I know. But every time he says it, I lose my shit.
I cannot.
There's not much that he can say that doesn't make me lose my shit.
I cannot wait. I also feel like the banter between Kit and Kai and Kit and Peyton, like there's gonna be a full-blown fight between Kit and Kai, and I can't wait for that.
Yes,
and then
fight
there's gonna
over
be
a woman. Fight over a woman.
And then there's gonna be banter between Kit and Peyton.
Oh my God, I know. But I feel like Kit's gonna be like weird and ominous.
I kind of like weird and ominous.
No, but I feel like he's gonna be like cryptic talking to her. Like she's gonna be like, Kit, why are you doing this? And he's gonna be like, you killed my dad. And she's gonna be like, okay, why are we getting married? And he's like, because I'm the king.
Because I have to follow the 3 B's. I'm being benevolent. And Peyton's going to be like, define benevolent. He's going to be like, I got to go.
He's going to be like, don't question the king, princess.
Princess. You did it so good. Princess, you are making me very angry.
Princess, I need you to marry me. You cannot marry my brother. And Peyton's like, but I wanna.
Peyton's like, I'm 18. I don't want to get married to anybody.
Yeah, they're young. Freaking me out. I wish they were a little bit older. In my mind, Kai, 25.
Yeah, easily. Kit, 27.
And in my mind, Peyton is me.
Yeah, real. So real.
Yeah.
So real.
That was a really fun episode.
That was a really fun episode. I cannot wait for Fearless.
Oh, I know. I'm just, it's just replaying in my head. Kai Azer, Future Enforcer. With that Justin Timberlake song in the background. You know what I'm talking about.
Justin Timberlake music goes like early 2000s
Mm-hmm.
when he said Timberlake.
Timberlake.
I can't even lie. Yeah. He did not eat with that specific thing, but like his music.
So good.
What goes around comes around.
Yeah.
Cry Me a River.
Yeah.
Girl. Sexy as hell. Timberlake. My friends call me. What does he say?
I don't know.
They call me Timberlake. Timberlake. Why does he do that? Who the fuck
and then he goes.
And the fucking cut to Britney Spears where she's like,
so real for that. She's like, yeah, I don't miss that. Can you imagine he comes home from a date and he's like, I got something to show you, girl.
Can you imagine being put like on blast in fucking 4K, like high definition? Your ex doing something cringy. Like everybody's ex has done something cringy. Imagine just being famous and having cameras on it.
Oh,
you're like, this is your ex.
I'd leave.
This your man?
This your man? Embarrassing.
Like, ugh.
Anyway,
if someone was like, don't speak of me in high school.
Yeah.
Don't speak of the things that like.
No.
Embarrassing. If someone was like, hey, remember? No, I don't.
No, I don't.
And if you ever bring it up again, I'm going to cut out your tongue.
That's why I like us. I'm not bringing that shit up.
We can bring it up to each other.
We bring it up occasionally together. We'll be like, but then it's always somebody else's fault. Never our fault.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Obviously.
Anyway.
Yeah. That was the episode.
Thanks for coming to book club.
We cannot wait for
Fearless. And Lauren, you're sick.
600 pages minimum.
Come on, word count, baby. Let's get to it. Get to typing.
I need 1 million words.
Yes.
Is that reasonable for a book?
Yeah.
Is that not reasonable? How many words are in a book?
I could
typically?
read. Give me at least 10,000.
That's not a lot.
I need like a lot of story happening.
10,000 words?
Yes.
No, that's like a 4-page paper.
No, I'm talking pages, not
10,000 pages?
Yeah.
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 Real.
Words, I have no fuck ass idea.
That's what I'm wondering.
Words
like, how many
mean
words
nothing
are
to
in a
me.
book?
I don't know.
60,000?
Probably more than that. I don't know. Authors, how many words are in a book?
How many words are in your books?
More of them. Thank you.
Yeah. Specifically Lauren.
You, Lauren. More words.
Anything that's ever crossed your mind.
Not Kit. More Kai words.
Well, if there's banter between Kit and Pei, I do want to see that.
Yes, that's
anything
true.
that's in your mind. I want it written on paper,
written. And then some.
Yeah,
some extra. Just
exactly.
some scenes that's just Kai living his daily life.
No doubt.
Kai makes his cup of coffee in the morning. I'd read that.
I would too.
Yeah.
Real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
that's the episode.
Love you, Lauren. Though.
Yeah.
Thank you for this.
Thanks for feeding my addiction.
Yeah, I love being addicted to Kai as a future enforcer. Thanks for coming to book club.
Thanks for coming to book club. See you next week.
See ya.